Happy Thursday, everybody. This is Your Health Restored, and I'm Valerie Bonnet. And today I wanted to just briefly talk about thyroid. And I was telling my friend Kathy that I thought I would be able to get a lot done in one session on thyroid, but as I was doing my homework and kind of reviewing what I'd learned in med school and in residency and with working with patients, and then some of the newer stuff about thyroid function from a functional medicine standpoint, I realized that there's just way too much information to put it into an hour, or probably it would probably take several hours to get through everything. So today I'm just going to do a really brief overview about thyroid and talk about some of the thyroid pitfalls that I am seeing on social media, in very, very popular sites on Facebook, and what is happening with some people in the functional medicine or alternative medicine arena, which I think is probably going to be very, very dangerous in the long run. And in the next couple of sessions, the next couple of weeks in this group, then I will be going into more detail about, what your thyroid hormone, how it works, what it does in the cell, what happens if you have too much or not enough, and then more intensive stuff on how to make your thyroid work more appropriately. Because here is what I have been noticing on social media and stuff. First of all, your thyroid hormone is kind of responsible for your production of energy and your metabolism in your cells of your body. So it is an extremely important hormone, and it works by signaling inside the cell for metabolic processes to increase in speed. Okay. Your body is very complicated, and it has very important feedback mechanisms with pretty much everything, but especially with thyroid hormone. For our thyroid hormone production, the feedback happens in your brain and your hypothalamus, which communicates to your pituitary gland, which produces a hormone called thyroid stimulating hormone. So your pituitary is making thyroid stimulating hormone, and that thyroid stimulating hormone is going to go to your thyroid gland, and it's going to tell your thyroid gland to make more hormone. So it's kind of a one-sided thing. There's not a hormone to suppress your thyroid. It's just going to react in response to how much TSH it's seeing. So here's what I am seeing a lot of people doing online. So there's this idea in functional medicine that, first of all, there's a lot of people who have normal TSH levels who still feel like they have hypothyroidism. So they may feel sluggish, they may not be able to lose weight, they may feel cold all the time, they may have a lower body temperature, so they may, have memory issues, their skin might be dry and flaky, they might lose scalp hair, so they have all of these issues and symptoms of hypothyroidism, but they have a normal TSH, and they have normal other thyroid hormones like T4 and T3. But because they have all of these symptoms present, they feel like it's low thyroid hormone levels that are causing their symptoms. And so despite having a normal TSH, they're going ahead and adding mostly T3 in order to kind of push those thyroid receptors to be more active in the cell. So the problem with this, I feel, and I know this is there's a lot of people in functional medicine who are going to disagree with this. But I feel like if you do that, you're ignoring a very big feedback loop from your brain. All right? Because I feel like we need to listen to our brains. And if it's telling you that you have, if it feels like there's enough thyroid hormone present and your TSH is normal or low normal, you don't need more thyroid hormone. What you need is you need to have thyroid hormone that works better at a cellular level. So I believe that if you have a normal TSH and you have normal, thyroid hormone levels, you don't need more thyroid hormone. You need that thyroid hormone to be working more effectively at a cellular level. Or it gets more complicated, but you need to be able to convert the inactive T4 to T3. And that's a whole nother thing we'll talk about in the future. So anyway, some of the things that can cause your thyroid hormone to not work well, despite being normal levels, one of the main things is having abnormal sex hormones. Okay. So if your estrogen level is real high and your progesterone level is low or not in balance, your thyroid hormone doesn't work very well. And that needs to be fixed before you think about using extra thyroid hormone. If your estrogen level is non-existent, your thyroid hormone may not work well at a cellular level. If your cortisol level is either too low or too high, then your thyroid hormone may not work well at a cellular level. If you don't have enough iodine, or if you have too much iodine, your thyroid hormone may not work well at a cellular level. Or if your iodine has been displaced by other halides, this classification on the atomic chart, halides. If you have too many halides in your cell, those are going to be things like bromide, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, and there are a couple other ones that are rare. But an example of one that's commonly available in America is bromide from brominated vegetable oil. And brominated vegetable oil is found in sodas like Mountain Dew and orange soda. And in some bakery goods, they have brominated vegetable oil. And so what happens is the bromide interferes with the iodine in your cells. So the iodine is not available as well. And so your thyroid hormone doesn't work at a cellular level. So these are just a few things that can cause your thyroid hormone to not work at a cellular level. And the worst thing, in my opinion, the worst thing that you can do for that is to add more thyroid hormone that your body really doesn't need. Because when you're adding more thyroid hormone, you can create a hyperthyroid situation. And that can lead to bone loss and fractures and increased cardiac output and congestive heart failure and AFib and anxiety and panic attacks and even sleeplessness. And then that can lead to depression and anxiety. So that is my concern, is that we need to make the thyroid hormone that we have work better. We don't need to be adding more. And so that is my warning for today. And I will be talking more about thyroid hormone this Saturday. And I will also be doing, it's probably going to take about a month to get through this, but I'm going to be on my group, Your Health Restored in Mighty Networks. And I will be talking about thyroid hormone more in depth there. And I will be talking about how to have a improved function of the thyroid hormone that you already have. So that's going to be it for today. And hopefully I will be seeing more of you in the future.